My name's Peter Enns. I'm an associate professor in the Department of Government, and I'm executive director of the Roper Center for Public Opinion Research at Cornell University. I was doing research on the relationship between public opinion and the incarceration rate in the United States, and at the same time I was working with Cornell's prison education program, and that was boosting my interest in understanding the prison system in the United States. And what I consistently found was the influence of public opinion was dramatic, and this ran counter to conventional wisdom. And the more I did research and the more I realized that conventional wisdom was wrong, I determined I needed to write this book. The book's about the rise of mass incarceration in the United States. In the 1950s, the U.S. incarceration rate was basically on par with other countries around the world. Today, the U.S. incarcerates a higher proportion of its population than any other country. And so I wanted to understand this increase and why it happened. The perspective of this book is unique for two reasons. One is the overtime focus. So I examined data and the rise and changes in the incarceration rate since the 1950s to today. And the other is taking public opinion seriously, taking seriously the idea that the public can influence the judicial system, and when we look at the data, that's exactly what I find. In news media today, we hear almost every day about the U.S. has the highest incarceration rate in the world. We hear about issues with police, issues with drug abuse, crime rates, how to deal with this. And I believe this book will appeal to anyone who's interested in these issues and understanding the state of the criminal justice system today, how we got here, and really where we're going and what we can do if people think we should take a different direction. This book shines important light on that. Mass incarceration is one of the most important topics today. We are, in the United States, we imprison a higher proportion of our population than any other country in the world. This carries a tremendous economic cost. The social costs are massive. We could think of those who are imprisoned, who will then return to society. We could also think of their children. 2.7 million children have a parent who is currently incarcerated. This affects those kids, their families, the schools they attend. Mass incarceration also holds implications for those who work in the criminal justice system. Imagine corrections officers in prisons during the prison boom and they experience increasingly overcrowded conditions. So whether we're thinking of those who work in the prison system, those who are in the prison system incarcerated or their families, or simply the economic cost to society, this issue affects almost everyone. The most important takeaway from this book is that we cannot understand the U.S. legal system or the incarceration rate or reforming the criminal justice system without understanding the important role of public opinion, and that the public's attitudes have had a tremendous influence throughout the last 60 years.